Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Seacourt Tennis Club for the final day of the Seacourt Silver Racquet 2024. We have a fantastic day of tennis lined up for you here today. We will have both semi-finals this morning, followed by the final later this afternoon. So we have had 4 days so far of fantastic tennis across all of the qualifying matches and through the main draw on Friday and Saturday. My name is Ben Gatenbeek. I will be taking you through today's matches. So, as always, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. What have you thought of the tournament so far? What's been your favourite match? Where have you been watching from? We always love to hear from you. So the players are just knocking up now, and Seacourt is starting to fill up again with the keen patrons. Of course, it would be remiss of me not to thank our sponsors and supporters of this event. Of course, the title sponsor for the Seacourt Silver Racquet this year is Peter Luck-Hilly. And again, we'd like to thank Peter for all of the effort that he has put into supporting real tennis over the years. In addition, we'd like to thank our gold sponsors, Grady's Funeral Homes and Denmead Driving Range. So these players, we've got matches for you today. The second semi-final today will be at 12 o'clock and the final will start approximately at 3:30. Now just a note on that final, sometimes because the players are being asked to play twice today, the player who plays in that second semi-final has a right to have it be delayed until 3:30. Just to make sure they've got enough time to recover. It kind of depends a bit on how intense that second semi-final is. Sometimes the players agree to start that final a bit earlier because otherwise sometimes you can get a bit anticlimactic with everybody kind of waiting around for the players to recover. So it may be the case today. We're not sure yet that final may start a little bit earlier than 3:30. So do not miss that. Make sure you are tuned in to the T&RA YouTube channel. And if you click that notification bell in the corner, you'll be notified exactly when that final will start. But until then, we have to work out who's going to be playing in that final. The second semi-final later on today will involve Lewis Gordon and Will Flynn, and that promises to be a fantastically hard-hitting match. We'll really test out whether that dead-on netting is up to scratch. Both players are perhaps the hardest hitting in the game at the moment. But we have these two players here on court now warming up at the receiving end at the moment is Seacourt's very own Max Trueman. Now Max, it says there, is playing off a handicap of 8.1, but that is his current handicap. He has played plenty of matches so far this tournament, and his handicap has shifted since the draw was first announced, and he will be playing off of the handicap that he was at the start of the draw, which is 10.9. And so since then, in the last 2 days, his handicap has dropped an incredible 2.8 points. So he came through the qualifying rounds. He played his first match against Mark McMurrough, which he comfortably won 6-love, 6-love. And then played another Seacourt player, Tom Weaver. And that match he won 6-2, 6-1. Then in the first round of the main draw, he played against former world champion Robert Fay. And I'm sure many of you have seen by now on social media the clip of that shot. And if you do not know what I'm talking about, go check that social media and you will see exactly what I mean. But Max came through that match, and then a very tight quarter-final against Lewis Williams, a match that really went either way, and finally in the third set Max came through, found a method that worked, and he won that one 6-4, 4-6, 6-1 to set up a semi-final place. His opponent is another one of the qualifiers. 3 of the 4 qualifiers have made it through to the semi-finals, such as the nature of handicap tennis, which we get in the main draw. So Vaughan playing off a handicap of 10.3. Again, that handicap has come down over the course of the tournament. He started this draw with a handicap of 11.9. He played 2 French players in the qualifying draw. His first match against Vincent Letenturier, which he won 6-love, 6-1. And then played Leah van der Zwalmen in the second qualifying round, which he won 6-2, 6-3. Then in the main draw, he played against Darren Long in a match that he won 6-1, 6-3, and then a very close, very tense quarter-final match against Claire Fay, which he took 6-5, 6-5. So a very much promising talent we're witnessing on court, and the only non-Seacourt player left in the draw. So both these players, their handicaps are above, or at least at the start of the draw, the handicaps were above the cutoff of 9.4. And then Max Trueman gets the 2 points of home court advantage. So the difference that these two will be playing off of will be 0.5-15. Drew's just asking for the lights to be turned off, and we are about to get underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Seacourt Tennis Club for the first semi-finals of the Seacourt Silver Racquet 2024. Before I introduce the players, could I ask you please not to use any flash photography and wait until the players change hands before you move around the dead on and the side gallery. Thank you. At the service end, please welcome professional from Preston Hall. His name is Vaughan Hamilton. At the receiving end, Seacourt Tennis Club player. His name is Max Trueman. Handicap for this match is 0.15 from the receiver. First game's a level game, best of 3 sets. First game, level.
So here we go. Semi-finals of the Seacourt Silver Racquet.
love.
Max puts the first 2 balls into the net. Not sure he will start to find his range a bit sooner, and that's not it either.
40 love. Stop. 40. Right. 30-40. Better than the door.
Now, a note on the styles of these 2 players here. Max Trueman is very much an all-rounder. He has all the shots that he needs. Nothing particularly over-the-top strong. So in the way that you'd say Lewis Gordon is a big forcing player.
Better than the door.
But it's very consistent across all the different talents of real tennis. Whereas Vaughan very much follows his head professional Levi in a very fast, scrambly game. Lots of good retrieving.
40 all.
And not so much good forcing. That's not really his strong suit. So, in this first game, we get to 40 all. Both players just exchanging chases a little bit here. Get those nerves shaken out. This is Vaughan's first time in the main draw. He's already reached a semi-final.
Chase worse than 5.
As Max is the defending champion of this tournament. He's been here before, but there is so much pressure on those Seacourt players in this tournament.
Worse than 5. Chase, first game, the server.
And that ball going into the last gallery. The chase was worse than 5. That's not good enough. It wasn't the shot to be going across the galleries from that position.
Time. $15.15. $30.15. $40.15. Love 40. Got Max.
So let's just have a look at a quick replay of that last point. Oh, sorry, the grill that Vaughan hit. can see that volley that Max hit out of the grill in that first time, and not to be on the second occasion.
Hazard worse than the door.
So, chance here for Vaughan to get a little bit of a break. That hazard chase to come off the bando. Oh no. Max did well there, coming backwards. Oh, and he's put that in the net.
2 games to love.
Max was out of position from that shot, from that ball that came off the bando. Managed well.
15 all.
Max hasn't really found a good rhythm yet. He's won some points from Vaughan's errors, but nothing like the consistency that we're more used to seeing from him. That one hits the beam, having it been off the back penthouse. And the beam out of court, out of play. And that's still not looking comfortable yet. That ball you'd normally expect him to make. A few too many unforced errors at the moment from him. The ball is not up. There we go, Max's first game.
1 game to 2.
Entirely happy with those strings.
He's
He's using Ashways at the moment. He normally plays with those timbre strings that have been rocking the real tennis world over the past 12 months or so, but he is currently out of stock of his timbre strings, and is awaiting some more. Vaughan gets the short chase. He's gonna So 2 more chases here for Vaughan. He's looking very good at the start of this set. A few errors just creeping in. It's what has allowed Max to take that 1 game, but Vaughan's looking very strong at the moment. Very consistent play. Not giving Max all that much to work with. We see that chase coming in for better than 2.
Better than 2. Okay, 40 love. a yard worse than last gallery.
As Vaughan finds that, has the second gallery post, playing off a chase, wins the point. And that's kind of the points that Vaughan really likes to play, those long points scrambling across both sides of the court. And if you're down the service end playing that kind of game, it will bring you benefits. So Max just needs to find a way into that scrambling game of Vaughan's. Does he wear him out? Start to attack those gallery chases, because that scrambling game doesn't work quite so well down that receiving end. Good serve. All Max can do there is smash it into the winning gallery, but you do not get points from hitting it from that end of the court. And Vaughan threatening to take a 4-1 lead in this first set. And very tight serving from Vaughan there. All Max can do is try and boast it out of trouble. Max is not going to let that one catch him out either, so he's going to volley himself out of trouble down to that service end and try and get back in this set. He's looking a bit out of it, Max. He's not quite his usual self at the moment.
Maybe
it's with that Seacourt home pressure. The pressure of being the defending champion. Tight call there by Drew, the marker.
Game receiver, 4 games to 1. 15 games. It
almost seems as if Max isn't quite reading these balls properly. It's just not really coming onto the racket the way that he'd quite like. That is a great shot there by Max. Onto that timbre. That's, I think, how he is best going to make progress in this match. Target that timbre. That corner, keep Vaughan down that receiving end. Oh, he's done well there. Wow, what a fantastic point by Max.
15 love.
That was a very tricky ball off of the two ledges, I think.
30 love. 15-30.
So let's have a look. That hit the bottom ledge of the last gallery, and then it hit the back edge of the last gallery, and Max still managed to get it over. Say it again. Yeah, bottom ledge, top ledge. Great footwork there by Max. Really well judged. Just shows how well you have to stay on your toes.
Receiver lead 40-15, chase 3.
He's got a chance to get back in it, Max, here. Chase 3 is not easy. A bit easier at Seacourt than other places, but doesn't help winning chases if you put it in the net. Again, I really wonder if Max really ought to be trying for those side galleries a little bit more. Put pressure on Vaughan's backhand. He does play that double-handed backhand, which means it's got a little bit less reach. Game point. Vaughan did well there. That's the kind of ball which a lot of players will boast that out of trouble. Just turns a little bit extra on it. A little bit extra on it and goes straight.
15 up.
Oh, that's gone up out of court. That's a bit unfortunate for Vaughan there. He's got the 5-1 lead though.
30 love server.
Bit of a tactical shoelace tie here from Vaughan, maybe. So he's got 5-1 lead in the set. It's looking very strong. It'll be fascinating to see where Vaughan's career goes from here. He's made absolutely storming leaps and bounds in his game over the past few months. Got a breakthrough win against Zach Edel at the Prested Tampa Tour. His first ever win against a single figure handicapper. As Max Trueman gets a game back. Still a fair way to go for him. Max really not getting much of the serve at all here. Again, if you're playing someone like Vaughan who does retrieve a lot, it can be difficult to find chases. Vaughan's got a chance to put it away. And he does.
love 30.
Set point here for Vaughan. That is a chase on the floor. Let's have another look at a point a few games ago where he went that shot there. He looked like he was going to boast it and went straight back down the line. Fooled Max. Let's see that shot again.
Chase 1 and 2.
Yeah, just a bit of deception there.
That's the chase, 15-40.
Second chance for a set point. Did well reading that off the ledge. And chance here for Max. And does well. And his chances eventually found the timbre. That's enough. This is why it's so crucial for Max to be down this service end. If the points are going to be long, you need the advantage of this side of the court. So, game point here. That has hit Max's foot, and Vaughan Hamilton takes the first set.
First set, 16-2. Second set, level.
So what will Max do here in response? Just get the sense it's so key for Max to be down this serving end now. He needs to take advantage of it. And so let's look at some of those stats from the first set, and you can see that service end so dominant and so few chases being laid. It's remarkable from both of those players. You can see Max isn't actually that far off, but that 0-15 is so crucial. That's why that set was 6-2. There's very small margins between 6-2 and something like a 6-5.
15 up receiver lead.
With neither player really wanting to give away too many chases. I think maybe we should start to see a few more galleries or some shorter boasts from really both of these players. Vaughan's been able to find some deeper chases than Max has.
Chase.
That has certainly helped.
30 love. Chase 5 and 6. Yeah. 40 love.
Now Max doesn't get too perturbed when he's behind. There are some other players on the circuit who will start to throw temper tantrums. But not Max. He will just keep plugging away, which is good to see from such a young player. Max Trueman gets the first game of the second set. But again, we'd really like to see him starting to try and manufacture a few more chases now. So I think the other thing that trying that short boast might do is bring Vaughan up the court a bit. If the return isn't amazing, that's a very, very good cut volley in any case. But if the return isn't amazing, and you've still got the next ball, then you can start to push him into his backhand corner with that double-handed backhand. Under a bit more pressure.
Love server.
So Vaughan finds a winner into that winning gallery.
Works in second gallery, 15 love.
Let's have a look at that winning gallery again. Just kind of snuck in there. Not sure it was that intentional. I think it was more trying to push it onto the other side, and we see that kick away from Max. Let's have a look at it from this angle. Yeah, I mean, he'll say it's deliberate, but I think he's deliberately trying to keep it longer if he can, just to make sure that he's not going to concede that hazard chase.
15 love receiver. Works in second gallery. 30 love. Chase the last gallery.
Vaughan doesn't force often, and I think sometimes when you're expecting the force, you're a bit more prepared for it. But then he just brought that out. It wasn't caught Max a bit flat-footed, I think, there. As he puts that in the second gallery, the chase was last gallery, so he loses that point. Loses that chase. Max responds with a winning gallery of his own. Remarkable stuff there from the young man. Threatening some beams up there. Vaughan again goes that drive. It's a very effective way of getting a chase. It's a little bit too low, too risky to volley. But given the way these two are playing at the moment, any chase is good, doesn't have to necessarily be that shorter chase. So let's see if we can have a look at that winning gallery from Max from before. Yeah, just straight in the back of that winning gallery net. That's the perfect position to be playing to the winning gallery. You're further up the court, and those angles are just a little bit wider, a little bit more of an opening.
40-30 receiver leads, worse than 5.
Mind you, when you watch Rob Fay play, it doesn't really matter what the angle is, he can still hit that target.
Game receiver.
Small little break for Max here. He's got
2 games to love.
two games in a row now.
Level game.
His game's starting to come back together a bit. He's not fussed by the fact that he's a set down. Unforced error from Vaughan there.
Time please. 30 love.
Last few minutes, Max has just been a little bit more accurate with his play. Vaughan, I think, a bit of emotion towards the end of that first set. Just gone a little bit flat.
More than you are worth. 30 love.
You see Max also just driving a little bit harder, a bit more pace on the ball from Max. That ball's a fault as it clipped the bottom side of the penthouse, that bando on its way through. So we'll see a second serve.
15-30.
I think of course I've seen it in the last while. That one notwithstanding. Max really attacking that volley off the return of serve. Not leaving it to the back wall quite so much. It's a bit of work to do for Vaughan here. Max is threatening to go 3 love up. So do let us know in the chat, on the live chat, what you're making of this game. Are you from Essex and supporting Vaughan Hamilton? Or are you from Seacourt supporting Max Trueman? Or maybe even from Tuxedo?
Won the chase, a yard worth.
Oh, that's very close.
30,
so the chase was more than a yard worse, and it's been called a yard worse. So that wins the chase, and that one's hit the bando. So let's just have a quick look at that one. So that's the first bounce there. Remember the chase was more than a yard worse, and that's very clearly won that chase.
Last gallery. Last gallery.
Yeah, Max really taking to that cut volley now. All through this third set. Really putting Vaughan under pressure on that forehand side. It's great to see. So Vaughan at the moment, knowing that Max is cut volleying, he's trying that demi-PK, trying to get some uncertainty on the way down. I don't think that serve is quite tight enough. though that cut volley is working well for Max, I don't think that demi-piqué is the right serve at this time. I don't think he's executing it quite well enough to counteract that cut volley. Maybe we could see him go to something like a railroad.
Chase worse than 6.
Or something like a high serve and get that cut volley to be a little bit more difficult, even if he is going to play it. Worse than 6 chase here. Fantastic shot from Max Trueman. Again, shaping up as though he was going to go towards the timbre, and at that last minute just puts a little bit more on it to go cross court and catch Vaughan off guard. So 3-love lead now to Max. So let's just have a look at that point from earlier in the game where Max killed into that forehand side. Look at his footwork, prowling around that back of the court, always going back to the centre, ready to go for the next shot, and then that last shot just digs it out into that forehand corner.
Second gallery.
So 2 chases here, gallery length chases for Vaughan to defend. How's he going to prevent those cut volleys? This is better than second gallery chase, going with the railroad.
Worse than the last gallery.
That still might be the better option from that demi that he was trying earlier, with Max trying to cut volley.
Oh, he's got so much time. 30-15 receiver.
See, he'll stick with the railroad for a bit. He's got to figure something out now, Vaughan. He needs to set up, but Max has the momentum. That crucial word in the game of raw tennis. So let's have a look at a quick replay of that last point while the players change ends. You can see just how quick Max is around that back of that court. Has to cover so much. And then takes that final shot.
Chase 3.
Back live. Going that force again, not something that's a huge part of his game. So with Max now a 4-love lead in the second set, how different is that from the first? That's the first loose one of the rally.
Hazard chase.
He
Better
goes
than
out for a
Dawn.
hazard chase. Sometimes if you're that receiving player, it helps to be extra aggressive. Vaughan very happy to convert that point into a gallery chase. And I just had a look at the serving statistics for this set, which I'm just going to bring up on screen quickly. So look at those serves won for this set so far. 27% for Vaughan. He was up at 64% in that first set.
Hazard better than the door.
That's all of Max's cut volleys. So Vaughan really needs to find a way to counter that shot. He's opting for the railroad for now. It is a hazard chase, but he's been doing that a little bit. And Max finds the galleries to win the hazard chase. I think we'll see Vaughan continue with the railroads even on... Oh no, we're going for... Call a half drag, half undie twist. Half underarm twist. Back to that demi, which has not really been all that successful for him. That comment is what you need to know. Don't overrun it, says Vaughan. That was the right line for the winning gallery, but just found the top of that net tape. Vaughan not happy with that. And he's 40-15, 4 love down. I think it's a credit to Max Trueman just how composed he's been after dropping that first set. Just going to have a quick replay of the one which Vaughan says he overran, just so you can see it from the other angle. There you go. It just needs to hold away from that ball just a little bit. And it's going to come off of that side wall and bounce back in towards him.
Serve lead 40-15, chase 5.
Part of the difficulty with playing this real tennis is you've got to do all those calculations in your head about what the ball's going to do when it comes off a particular wall. And that's a great cut volley from Vaughan. Wins the chase, stays alive in this set. That one hits Bando as well, and Vaughan is looking very dejected down there. Does not know what he needs to do. He's not really figured out the plan yet. It was working so well for him in that first set.
Receiver leads, better than second gallery.
So better than second gallery chase here. Max Trueman looking for a 5-love lead. And that's hit gallery ledge. Max can't really do anything with that. Game point.
Yes. Game server.
And Vaughan gets his first game of this second set. And you can hear his exclamation there, just knowing how crucial that point has been. That ball called strike by the marker. So score is level. That's just tipped on the wrong side of the net. 1-15 love. We're just seeing just how critical that 4 love game ball was for Vaughan. He was staring down the barrel of a 5 love, and now he's on the verge of bringing it back to 4-2.
Chase, 4 and 5.
This railroad is working to take the venom out of Max's cut volley.
Yep.
Not nearly as accurate as it was when he was playing that demi-piqué. Oh, the frustration there from Vaughan. There was an opening onto that timbre. He finds the net instead. Have a look at that knot up, see how Drew did. It's very close, but yes, I believe that has bounced just before that white line.
Receiver leads 40-15, Chase 4 and 5.
So chance now for Vaughan to bring this back to 2-4.
Yep. 4 and 5.
He's gone winning gallery, missed it high and long.
Game receiver.
And Vaughan capitalises. Yeah, so I think in this last few games, Vaughan's really gone back to the railroad, abandoned that demi-piqué, gone back to the railroad, has prevented Max from just dominating that return of serve. He's going to drop into the hazards.
Better than second.
So Vaughan still keeping the serve by not being afraid to get those longer chases. So we shall see. I would expect him to serve, keep with that railroad for a little bit longer with some long chases and get a dent into this game. So hazard 1 and 2, needs a tight one here. And he's lost his racket, he's got to retrieve it. He's done it, he's got his racket back, still a hazard chase on the line. And then Max eventually does find that side gallery. Did well there to recover after he lost his racket midpoint. That's just gone up and out.
30-15 receiver.
So 30-15 receiver. There's a good couple of serves here. Does well to retrieve the cut volley.
Nearly a yard worse than last.
Max going for the dead on, a little bit wide. Not quite on target. Let's have a quick look. This is the point where Vaughan loses his racket, so they're playing off a hazard chase. Eventually, just leaning for on the ground, scrambles, picks his racket back up again, and able to continue on the rally. That's very impressive from Vaughan. So he does eventually lose this point.
Serve leads 30-15, nearly a yard worse than last gallery.
So, back live, nearly a yard worse than last gallery being played.
Chase the last gallery.
Just kind of cramped Max up for room there, didn't quite read it off of the main wall boast. So, game point, again, very crucial game point here. Big point, big moment. Oh, that's a fantastic volley from Max Trueman. They sent that straight back where it came from, and the crowd are loving it.
5 games to 2, second set. 15 game. No 15. Last gallery, 15-0-15.
Well, that's unfortunate. That's just cramped him up on that backhand side there. He's only one game away of pulling this level, so he's got plenty of time now, Max. It doesn't have to be this game in particular. He can just work his way through the points.
Love 30.
Doesn't need to feel like there's any pressure just yet. Doesn't need to force anything to happen that doesn't need to. So let's have a look back at that 40-all game point from the previous game. Trailing it down the side. This looks like it's dead on, but that fantastic volley, nothing that Vaughan can do about it. And again, this is reverse angle on that same ball. See. And a big fist pump. Come on, he says. What a moment that was in this game. How much will hinge on that. Oh, he snuck that into the hazards to win the chase.
Chase worse than 2.
I think one of the things that Vaughan can take out of this set is, even though he did lose 4 or 5 games in a row, he has been able to find a way to just dampen down Max's cut volley game, which he can take into a third set if it goes there.
Chase and the game, 3 games to 5. Level game.
Or he can try and get the 3 games that he needs to win the match.
15 love.
And that one's just cramped him up for room a bit there. And a few volleying errors. That's just meant that this set now seems to be slipping away. As I said earlier, Max doesn't need to make anything happen yet. There's plenty of opportunity with that lead. That's really good off the timbre there. And the force does come towards that grill. Max just a little bit too close to it. Oh, and that's just spun up off of that net and just came off with so much swerve. Nothing that Vaughan Hamilton could do with it. So yeah, let's look at that one that just came off the net again, because he boasted it. It had so much spin, and it took the spin off the net, and really not much Vaughan could do there. So set points now for Max Trueman. And chase a yard. And Vaughan beats the chase. It was chase a yard. Saves that set point. Max gets it on the second time of asking. And he's just going to go and change his shirt. So let's have a look at the statistics from that second set. Now, remember, halfway through the set when we looked at this, that serves 1 percentage when Max was 4 love up was 75% for Max and 27% for Vaughan. So that has come right back much closer in the last 5 or 6 games or so. "35 minutes to the set. Just as we wait for the players to change their shirts, grab a bit of nutrition. Let's just have a look at that set point again for Max, hitting it into the grill. A big fist pump there, back in the set, 1 game all. See this from a couple of angles, as we've got the time to do so. Vaughan's just assuming that's going to hit a bit of the timbre, and it just doesn't quite.
Do you mind? I'm working on mine.
So, still in the process of changing shirts here, as we're about to start the third set. I'm just going to...
Ladies and gentlemen, one set all, third and final set. I'm out. First game, level. Last gallery.
Bit of pinball tennis there. And finally, a bit of pace to the ball, and using a lot of walls, a lot of boasts, bit of volleys. It's great stuff to see. Well, that's not good from Vaughan there, as he slides that one into the net.
30-15.
So Vaughan did recover a bit of momentum at the end of that second set, so we shall see how they come out into this third set. It was fairly tight before. The short break between the sets help one player or the other. And we see a battle right through to the last.
Gallery, second gallery, 30-15.
So don't forget, there is more tennis coming your way today. The second semi-final will be played at no earlier than 12 o'clock. And that match will be between Lewis Gordon and Will Flynn. And then we will have the final of the Seacourt Silver Racquet at around about 3:30. That may be subject to change depending on how both the players pull up from the earlier rounds. So do make sure you've got that notification bell on YouTube to know exactly when that is going to happen. Chase last gallery here. Again, this is the kind of point that Vaughan likes to play. Just push, retrieve, 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 and wait for that opening. But it is Max Trueman that finds the error in Vaughan's defence.
Second gallery. On the chase, and the first game of the final set.
Does very well to miss that, but concedes the chase in any case.
Level. 15 love.
Vaughan's upset with himself there. He had option to put that away. When he turned on that one that came off the side penthouse, the grill was wide open, as was the tambourine, and yet he just kind of floated it down the middle of the court a bit. That allowed Max to get back into the rally. So this is the end of the previous game, the one that came off the bando. It's good acrobatics from Vaughan, but still loses the chase. So, where is this match going to go? Max is looking so much more consistent than he was in that first set. He's looking a little bit frazzled. It's not easy when you've won the first set and you've lost the second. Find those winning ways again. Chase is better than 2.
Off the chase, fell 2.
Ball fell 2.
Hazard.
Very good call by the marker there. So Hazard first gallery here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's just snuck that over. Any hazard will do, basically. He just sneaks that one over too far up the court for Vaughan to cover. And you can chalk that one up as an unforced error there from Max.
Strike. 30-40.
He's going to chase that down. Oh, and he finds that winning gallery.
Server, 2 games to love.
I think quite a few of the away players this week
Level game.
have assumed that anything that hits the penthouse is out of court, but Max, knowing that the ball is going to stay in play, chases it down, now has a 2-love lead.
Half a yard worse than last gallery. 15 love. 30 love.
And Vaughan very flustered here now. You start to see their players talking to themselves like that. They're not quite in the right headspace. Going to take you back to the previous game. That's not what I wanted to do. I'll go back live. Apologies. It's not where I wanted to take you. So yeah, so we have in the chat, so Jake and Becca in Oz, come on Vaughan.
love receiver lead, half a yard worse than the last gallery.
Fantastic to hear from you, Jake and Becca. And great.
Right, yeah, that's all.
Vaughan assuming it's a fault. Drew didn't really call it, but fault it is. We'll play a second serve.
Lost the chase, more than the yard worth. 15-40.
Again, this opening for Vaughan here. He's gone. I was going to say he's gone straight the last few times that it's come off that side penthouse, and Max was expecting it. As it stands, it ends up a chase better than the door. So Vaughan might want to consider a bit more variation on that shot. So chase better than the door here.
15-40, better than the door.
And points now for a 3-love lead. Oh, it goes to between the leg shot.
Won the chase.
Vaughan finds the galleries to win the chase. Chase is better than the door.
40.
The between the legs shot in vain.
Chase better than 3.
Right, let's see that between the legs shot again. There we are. I'll get another angle of it in just a second. Here we go.
30-40 receiver.
To be fair to him, it probably was actually the percentage shot from where he was. But ultimately, it doesn't win the chase. So better than 3 for Vaughan. Trying to get on the scoreboard in this third set.
40-all.
And we are at game point. Big moment here. Vaughan really needs this one. And it's high. Can he put it away? Max had it covered, but can't get it back over the net. And Vaughan is on the board.
15 game.
That's another one
15.
straight in the net.
Chase worse than 4.
Vaughan lets that one go between his legs as well. That has come off the penthouse funny and off the bando funny. Weird bounces all through. And Vaughan expecting to be able to scoop that one back over. Can't quite get to it. Dead on there for Max.
15-all.
It just tickles that volley over the net. Let's go back to the last point of the previous game, the 40-all game. Running up the the court, got plenty of time. Aims for that winning gallery, and Max can't stick the volley. Try that.
all. Chase worse than 4. Worse than 4.
So how is this match going to conclude?
15 all,
It's still
worse than 4.
very much anybody's game here. Spot in the final at stake. Max needed to play that, got jammed up against the side wall. Perfect length there from Vaughan. Hazard chase now. Oh no, the galleries were open there. But he just cramped himself up on the forehand side.
Last gallery, 30 all.
Vaughan gets those 2 gallery chases. He's been much more proficient at getting those gallery chases in the last 20 minutes or so. Didn't see him target them much at all in the first set, but plenty of them now. Just quick drinks for the players. A reminder that the second semi-final between Lewis Gordon and Will Flynn will follow this no earlier than midday UK time. So at 12 o'clock will be the second semi-final, and the final approximately 3:30 p.m. So Max, Vaughan did throw in a demi-piqué-like serve there. It's not doing that serve quite as consistently. Max hasn't found the rhythm on the cut volley. Oh, well done by Vaughan there. Chase was the door, and he was far enough up the court to cover those galleries.
Up.
Max would expect to get that one over. It is very tight now. Max had a 2-love lead, and it's back to 2-all. Just exchanging points a bit here. Oh, that's a poor volley from Vaughan, and he knows it.
30-15.
Didn't quite have a strong enough grip on that. Let the racket twist in his hands. Got a bit of frame on it as well. Does well there. Plays it off his toes. Oh, and that's a great volley. Fist pump there from Vaughan.
40-30.
And we have yet another 40-all game point here. As that fits into the last gallery. Let's have a look at some replays. So this is the last point of the previous game, the 40-all one. Playing off a better than door chase. And that into the grill. Big fist pump from Vaughan. And this was just 2 points ago. Playing off his toes. Great shot there from Vaughan. Okay, so back live. We are at game point, second serve to Max, last gallery chase. And Vaughan finds the boast, finds the angles. Max can't get it into the corner.
15 game. Level.
As that one clips off the top of the net tape all the way to the back of the court. Vaughan is fired up now. Seeing fist pumps every few points. He knows that every point vital.
15-all.
So chase still in the bank for Max. Wants to get to a 40-15 before he has to go down the other end. Cramping for room a bit there, but has the angle on the galleries and finds them. So let's have a look. This is the ball that caused the chase. It bounced off the net cord. Just a little bit too far for Max to get to on that one. It's the same point from the reverse angle.
Receiver leads 30-15, more than a yard worse than last gallery.
Alright, back live, more than a yard worse than last gallery. That same chase we were just watching. Oh.
On the chase, 40-15.
Vaughan did well to duck out of that. That was coming straight for him. That is out of court. We are back to 3-all. This match could not be tighter.
3 games all.
And we are in for a 3-game shootout. Serve was quite deep. So you're going to see more fist pumping from Vaughan. Trying to keep himself up, keep his energy levels high. Ride that emotional wave.
That was some of
Remember, the winner of this match has to play again today. The final this afternoon. So this 3-set encounter, how much energy does that take?
30-15.
What does it take out of you when you go into that second 3-setter of the day? Lewis Gordon just sat down behind me. Must be very happy to see both these players playing the 3-setter. Makes it a bit easier. As the second semi-final has less time to recover. So we'd like to see the first semi-final take a bit more out of the players. Gone deep on the winning gallery there. And a big fist bump from Max.
Receiver.
Very slight mistake from Vaughan. Just a little bit too deep on that winning gallery. That's all that Max needed.
Leads by 4 games to 3, 0-15 game.
So his 3-set shootout. Fast little break for Max. Just missed that grill high as well. There's not much in this match. As Max tries to get the boast around the corner. So this game is the 0-15 game. It's the one that advantages Vaughan. How can he use this little edge that he gets from the handicap to his advantage in this game? That shot from up the court there. Is he going to hit the tambour? Is he going to hit the grill? You've got so many options, and Vaughan kills it excellently. And Vaughan's kind of encouraging that play into that backhand side. He has to understand that if you're going to do that, you have to be consistent with it. Very tight railroad serve here, but Max dispatches that into the dead on. We've seen that so often here at Seacourt. That tight dead on, tight railroad encouraging that main wall force. Oh, he does it again. This time a bit more width. Bit more height on the opposite side of the dead-on, and we're back to 30-all. That's 2 dead-ons in 2 points, just 3 for the match. Vaughan Hamilton getting the bulk of that serving end. He's not been afraid to target those gallery chasers. So let's have a look. This was at the back end of the previous game. It's when Vaughan misses the winning gallery just high and deep, and Max capitalizes on. can't get it back down the other side. So 40-30 here to Vaughan. Has a 1-2 chase to attack. Seeing fine margins here at Seacourt. Excellent stuff at the Seacourt Silver Racquet. These are young up-and-coming stars of the future.
Lost the chase. 40 all.
And we are at game point. So crucial now. And it goes the way of Max Trueman. Vaughan's lost his racket.
Server leads by 5 games to 3. This is a level game.
So Max Trueman 1 game away from a final for the 2nd year running. Does well earlier on in that rally off the Tampa, but just can't quite get that final ball. And that pressure of that previous 40-all, I think, might be getting to Vaughan a bit here. Some loose shots in this particular game. How easy is it after you lose a critical point to throw in a few unforced errors? And that brings up match point for Max Trueman. Vaughan finds the service and last go. Let's have a look at the 40-all point from the previous game. Just can't quite get that cut volley. And the dejection from Vaughan. He knows that is probably the match right there. And so does Max Trueman. So match point, Vaughan with the serve, 40 love down, last gallery chase. And that is the match to Max Trueman. He makes the Seacourt Silver Racquet final for the 2nd year running. Well played to both of these players. We will see them on court plenty over the next few years. What young up-and-coming stars they are. Now, stay tuned. We will get to interviews shortly.
Oh, I don't know. I think I was tidy. Too packed.
So Max, final for the 2nd year in a row. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels really good. Yeah, I don't really know how I got through that one, to be fair. Shaky first set, I think, and then the next 2 were I felt a lot better, felt a lot more confident.
You seem to find your cut volley
Yeah.
at the start of that 2nd set.
Yeah,
Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, I think that made a big difference. I mean, I think I changed my racket about halfway through the 1st set, just I wasn't feeling it with the other one, and I think it made a big difference having the strings a little bit tighter and that racket's a tiny bit heavier, so I think it just made me sort of have to do a bit less, like with the arm and the body, and just sort of put the racket there. But yeah, it made a big difference, that cut volley.
And can you talk a bit about how well Vaughan played and how his progress has been?
Yes, he's had a great tournament. Last few tournaments he's played, he's been pretty good. Tampa Tour at Prested, he was amazing. I think he got player of the tournament there. And yeah, I mean, since last year he's come on so much. I mean, getting to the semi this year.
All right, fantastic. Well, good luck in the final later
Cheers.
today. Recover well.
try.
And we'll see you back on court very soon. And we'll see you for the semi-final at 12 o'clock between Lewis Gordon and Will Flynn. See you then.